how does it feel to work with your dad as a co-founder? So tell us about that experience.
You get mentorship and partnership at the same time. Of course, we argue sometimes, trying to be brutally honest. Our mission is pretty simple. We want to give engineers an AI copilot.
Right. What kind of engineers are you targeting with?
Oil and gas, mining, and metals. This is our core industries in which we're present. We decided to go the most complicated way.
I compare GPT, Chat GPT, the latest model or the most intelligent model, let's say GPT o3, and I compare Arlan AI's model.
Accuracy. This is the most important factor. Being a family, it helps us to we act as reinforced concrete. If I will make an engineer working 10 times faster, this is a success for me.
Today, we have an inspiring startup family all the way from Kazakhstan, right now at SF, working aggressively, building the future of AI. So these guys are, very famous for contributing towards the future of AI. And today we are going to have, I believe, a very meaningful yet very knowledgeable conversation over AI and over the progress that we are going to make in the near future in AI. And the best part is the startup has been inculcated into their family roots, and this is what we are going to discuss today in this conversation. I would like to welcome Mr. Sanzhar and Temirlan to the AIBROS Show. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, great. We're doing good.
Great.
Yeah, I have a bit of jet lag. I just recently came to SF. But this night I slept a couple of hours, so I'm feeling good.
Great.
And I'm always feeling good.
And Temirlan is here in SF for already a few weeks, so he's fine, yeah.
Yeah. We usually get your status from Sans post. He's quite active on LinkedIn and he posts a lot about Armeta and Tim and everyone. So we are all aware what's going on at Armeta. So yeah, let's get this conversation started. I am very curious
Sure.
to ask Temirlan, how does it feel to work with your dad as a co-founder at your startup? So tell us about that experience.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thank you for inviting us. And regarding working together with my father, it is always, you get mentorship and partnership at the same time. He's always trying to be honest with me. So for sure, of course, we argue sometimes, but it's not that we're trying to kill each other, we're trying to be brutally honest. And that is being said, we're almost 100% productive in every arguments that we have. And we always think about each other. So we're trying not to get hurt or hurt the other person, and we always motivate each other working in that field. So it feels pretty nice.
Yeah.
Get scolded. Yeah.
In our partnership with Temirlan, he brings this Silicon Valley mindset, the speed, effectiveness. He's not afraid to fail, and me as a partner and his co-founder, I bring, let's say, project discipline that is coming from EPC world. Yeah. Systems approach, system thinking. Yeah. And this combination is really great.
Yeah, and even it's much required in the modern day startup culture, because usually people are more driven towards building and the fast paced era of releasing the applications, but they lack discipline a lot. So I've seen many posts out there, but this combination is definitely going to work in the long term, I believe. and
Yes.
it's a necessity. So great.
Yeah.
So tell me, I would like to know few things from you, San. You've studied at MIT, then Stanford as well,
Yeah.
and you have built ventures across different countries, Kazakhstan, Europe, and now you're building at US, right? So you basically have your background at civil engineering,
Yeah.
but what inspired you to make that transition from civil engineering to AI driven entrepreneurship?
Um, I started as civil engineer, yeah, because I like to build real projects like ports, infrastructure, industrial plants. And when I studied in MIT and lately in Stanford, I realized that AI is already applied in financial sector, in medicine, and engineering, especially construction engineering, is untouched. So it's not yet there. Yeah. So and we see a huge potential in that segment because I used to work for decades in construction engineering, and I have realized that those tools that are currently applied in financial technologies or insurance technologies, medicine could be applied in engineering. And of course, we have a bunch of our problems, and with the help of AI, it helps us to resolve them. Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
So the motivation behind solving problems through a different pathway called AI, that motivated you to jump into this sector.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because people usually jump it for either getting rich quickly, or to because this is a buzzword around in the current market right now. But this is something very interesting which I heard from you: to solve a problem, to solve a dedicated sector through modernized technology, through modernized approach. So you jumped for that reason. That's
Yes,
actually
yes, yes.
amazing.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's talk something about Armeta AI. Can you tell our audience about what Armeta AI exactly is and what is it trying to achieve?
For sure. Our mission is pretty simple.
Hmm.
We want to give engineers an AI copilot that helps them design faster, yes, stay compliant, and be more creative in general.
10 times faster and
10
more
times
effective.
faster.
This is our goal.
Exactly, exactly. At
Okay.
the moment, I've been working in engineering companies and firsthand saw the workflows that could be quite inefficient due to fragmented and outdated tools, to poor management and design flaws, and manual repetitive workloads. We've came up with a solution that helps reduce this, let's say, obstacles on the way of faster design, smarter design, compliant, and more creative workloads in general. So this is the vision for the moment.
Yeah. Initially, our vision was huge. We wanted to create kind of GitHub and Cursor for construction engineers, you know, inclusive the marketplace. But we realized that this kind of platform, since from the beginning, if we tackle this massive goal, on the way to achieving it, we can see a lot of obstacles because technological stack is not yet ready to support many of construction engineering processes at the moment. Especially the generative design is not yet there, you know, and we were thinking of creating a repository where engineers could download their 3D models, you know, give them second life, sell their solutions online, etc. But then we realized that currently the technological stack is not yet ready to support us. So we decided to narrow the focus and create a copilot, a knowledge base, a copilot that can answer any technical question of engineers. Yeah, we started from that, and we are at the moment doing the alpha testing. We're finishing it and switching to beta testing. And we already have very good and positive feedbacks from the industry. And we have engaged engineers not only from Kazakhstan and Central Asia, but also from European Union and US, because we have vast network of partnerships and joint ventures around the world. So we have, let's say, a big number of initiative groups that are helping us to fine tune our initial product. And hopefully we're going to launch it in 1 month's time, when we did all the fine tunings with our engineers. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. So when you speak about engineers, more like building a Copilot for engineers at Armeta AI. Does that resembles anything towards civil engineering or construction side? What kind of engineers are you targeting with
Yes.
Armeta AI?
You see, we're coming from oil and gas, mining, and metals. This is our
Mm,
core industries in which we're present. Uh, we decided to go the most complicated way: oil and gas, petrochemicals, etc. Because if we're talking about just civil engineering, just the design of buildings, for example, yeah, we're talking about
mhm,
the steel structures, concrete structures, some HVAC systems, etc. Quite easy, huh? And so in oil and gas, especially in petrochemical industry, we're talking about a lot of processes that are of a chemical nature. So we're dealing with physics, chemistry, geometry, you name it. All the sciences that humans know, they are there. Yeah. So and we decided to tackle industrial plants, because if we're going to
mhm,
solve problems for the industrial plants, it means we're solving it simultaneously for civil engineers. Yeah.
mm,
So this is our approach. We're going the
interesting.
difficult way, huh?
Yeah. And that's
And you see,
usually,
Mohammed, we
yeah.
have a lot of proprietary data from oil and
Okay.
gas, from mining and metals, because our joint ventures are with world-class engineering companies like Technip Energies, Mairi Technimon, Ethel Schmidt, Hyundai Engineering, etc. And
Hmm.
uh, they are, let's say, number ones in what they're doing in those the most complicated industries. And within our joint ventures, we have already collected a lot of experience and proprietary data, and we're feeding currently our AI copilot called Erix with this data,
Hmm.
and we see
Hmm.
amazing results already. And
Hmm.
our Copilot works in a way that if you compare it with, let's say, ChatGPT or Gemini or other LLMs, they're hallucinating. Their answers contains a lot of mistakes, especially if it is of engineering nature. And
Okay.
our model is built in a way that it answers precisely. If it doesn't know the answer, it says, so I don't know the answer, but soon I will be there, yes, and I will help you to find the relative information, but not at this moment. So we're frank, but that information that we already fed, we see that most of the answers and calculations could be already done.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. Interesting. So the going the hard way is something which is very rare these days, because people try to uh, uh, find some paths which are, easy to target and target audience, easy to achieve and easy to build and easy money, right? But this path is something which is quite interesting to learn more about in the in as we move ahead in the conversation, I believe. So, tell me about that turning point where you realize that engineering and construction desperately needs that AI bond which you are building right now.
Yeah. What has recently happened in our group of companies? I had a chief engineering officer, yeah,
Okay.
who recently retired several months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always kind of a source of knowledge within our design institute, and every day he had a queue of students and junior engineers, in his office, asking questions, and he was the one who could answer practically any technical engineering question. And
Okay.
fi- and finally he decided to retire, and I felt I was in a moment where who's going to replace him? I have several senior engineers, but they're experienced in their particular niche. One is specialized on steel structures, another one on, I don't know, process technologies, third one on electrical part, But none of them could be a general engineer who could answer anything. So let's say we lost him, huh? And I felt that it's going to be a real problem within my engineering company. And so this is how we decided to create a copilot that could replace a human being that has all of the world's knowledges related to engineering and can answer any question. So this is
Mm-hmm.
that was a real life problem that we solved immediately within several months' time.
So just a shift in the inventory, and you decided to build a co-pilot that could actually revolutionize the construction area, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Interesting. So let me ask this: is Armeta AI just for B2B, or is it also a B2C platform? How does that work?
Yeah, mainly we are aiming at onboarding companies on enterprise
Okay.
levels. But as we mentioned, it is a model that could be used by physical customers as well, by
Right.
single users. So there will be availability to log in and use it as a single user as well as on enterprise level.
Yeah, well, actually, our model is a combination. So we're going to tackle both B2B and B2C within the beta testing that we're planning to start next week. Hopefully, we already have 5 big engineering groups that expressed interest. And they're going to be our first paying customers, by the way. And I think we're going to onboard something like 700, 800 engineers already within the beta testing. Yeah, and yeah, everybody is willing to help. I didn't expect such a reaction from my friends who owns engineering companies not only in Kazakhstan but also in Italy, and India, and I didn't expect their interest, would be so high. Yeah, because when they just tested within the alpha and they received very good and proper answers, they thought this tool is really helpful.
So people are engaged with Arlen AI, and there is a lot going on with the construction and with the accuracy of Arlen AI, I believe, right? And it is going to grow big as we move ahead with the journey of Arlen AI, I think, right?
We hope so. We hope very much.
Definitely. So let just one question that I have, a curious question. Let's say I compare GPT, Chat GPT, the latest model or the most intelligent model, let's say GPT o3, and I compare Arlen AI's model, and I test both of these models with the construction or with the engineering problems. What do you feel is the differentiating factor between both the platforms? Is it the proprietary data that you're feeding in, or is it the methodology or the process that it is approaching towards the solution? What's the differentiating factor?
Accuracy. This is the most important factor because engineering is not writing an essay. Yeah, you need to be precise. There should be 100% accuracy because lives of people depend on your engineering solutions.
Right.
Of course, you can lose a lot of money during the construction process itself because a lot depends on how you designed the plant. Yeah. So, and accuracy is number one priority for us. So this is why we tried to build maximum accurate model. This is why it relies only on the information that we have downloaded into our base. And of course, there are a lot of, let's say, public sources that we're using as well. Yeah, like different polytechnical books, construction codes and standards, etc. But what differentiate us from other sources and other solutions is proprietary data that we own. And it's not only our Eric's is not just giving you an information and answer. It helps you to create a document because we downloaded thousands of different templates. Yeah, those templates have been developed as a result of realizing mega projects around the world in the Middle East, in US, in Europe, in Central Asia and CIS countries in general, in Southeast Asia, everywhere. Because our partners, they're truly global in
Right.
almost in every industrial country. And what is very unique is that Kazakhstan itself is a huge, let's say, polygon test site. because for the last 30 years in Kazakhstan, there have been so many projects realized. Both in oil and gas, in mining and metals, also infrastructure, power generation and transmission, even the space industry is developed. And for example, if we're taking oil and gas industry, there are three mega projects in Kazakhstan called Tengiz, Kashagan, and Karachaganak. Over 200 billion US dollars being spent within the 30 years. And because our oil fields, not like those located in Saudi Arabia, where you drill 150 meters, and with a good pressure, you have very light oil, we have, for example, in Tengiz, the crude oil, which is produced, has super high content of sulfur, H2S. Yeah. And the equipment that you're using and applying in treating that feedstock is very unique and special, is very expensive. Or Kashagan oil field, for example, located in the Caspian Sea. In order to produce the oil, operator had to construct artificial islands on it, and the budget was 55 or something billion US dollars that they have spent. Or Karachaganak, for example, a cryogenic, let's say, equipment needed to do an exploration and production. Yeah. So this is why, because so many projects being realized, and we were part of it. And not we're still part of it. We have master contracts with all those operator companies developing those oil fields. Also in mining and metals in Kazakhstan, there have been so many copper and gold concentration plants being built in Kazakhstan within the last 10 years. And the latest of the art technologies were used. The technologies were brought from Australia, from Canada by the operators. And we also were part of it, So this is why Kazakhstan itself is unique, because proprietary data located here in Kazakhstan is huge, enormous. And it reflects, I would say, the whole world, because any industry that you can imagine exists in Kazakhstan. For sure. For example, uranium industry is the largest in the world. Kazakhstan is number one producer of uranium. Agriculture, we're in top 5 producers of wheat, So, and it means plants, and plants. So many plants been built so far. Yeah. And luckily we were part of it, Most of the programs, most of the big scale projects. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely with that experience and with that depth in the industry, I believe, definitely Armeta AI is a clear winner in here, because where ChatGPT is a generalized master, he can be jack of all, but Armeta AI is you can say is a master of just one, where you can assume is the construction area, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm imagining how this transition of knowledge or transfer of knowledge works. So, San, you are an expert at construction and oil and gas and everything. You have been working through all your experience have been into this area, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Whereas Tim is more at the SF, at the tech side, right? I believe he has not been exposed to that much of content as you are exposed into construction and oil area, right?
Yeah.
So how does that conversion from the raw data to tech happens between both of you guys?
You see, what we have done is also unique in Armeta. We have on one side construction engineers, on the other side we have software engineers, AI engineers, and we built a bridge between them. We're lucky because we have in our team we have several engineers that used to work in both segments in their life. They're construction engineers on one hand. On the other hand, they are software engineers, and we have few people of this kind. And so we have a developer team, we have research team, and between them there is a bridge, which is consisted of these people that helps, let's say, construction engineers to deliver their ideas to software engineers so they can realize it. And this is unique. It was super hard to build this kind of structure, but we managed to build it within several months' time.
Yeah, because
and team being on both sides as well, he's helping very much as a president of the company. So because our team members are super young, they're like
Yeah.
20, 21, 22. This is the average age, and Tim is their boss, So, and there is also a gap between, let's say, my age, I'm 46, and Temirlan's peers, And Temirlan is the one who understands me. He knows myself, and he understands the youngsters, and he acts as a bridge as well, between these two worlds.
Many bridges, huh?
So Tim is actually the secret for Arlan AI's success, I believe.
Oh yeah. See, he's our secret sauce, believe me.
Yeah, he's the secret sauce. Yeah. Interesting. So let me ask a question with the secret sauce of Arlan AI. How did you spark your interest in tech and entrepreneurship? Because this is something which people do not usually prefer as their first preference, right?
Yeah.
They usually, whenever they master in tech, they try to get into some big tech companies or try to go into different areas, let's say research or something. How did you spark your interest into this?
I never pushed hard Arlan and Temirlan into tech. Yeah. They just being a participant, let's say active participant of my business life. They noticed how I was building the companies. They have seen all my failures, my restarts, etc., and it shaped them, So it created their, let's say, worldview through what I was doing, and because I love to take kids to work, to office, to my business meetings. Always I did that, and I continue to doing it. I have another 3 kids, so I have 5 in total, and I do not separate them, whether he's young or already mature. They're always with me, and that was the way they being engaged, into tech. Because I have not only an industrial engineering company, I have IT company as well that I built 10 years ago, and they've been part of an IT company as well. So, Tim, what's your observation?
I first handled it, as Sanzhar mentioned. I was a part of his engineering and IT companies. And, subconsciously, every child wants to be aspired and by his parents, in my case. And Sanzhar, for me, was the person who guided me in the world of tech and engineering in general. Seeing the inside outs of every company, on every level, starting from the operational processes till the legal to financials to the abstract management, and he gave me access to all of it. I saw how firms run, internally, externally, on every level, and it gave me an objective opinion and meaning on the how it works, in general. And being on the, being the bridge, as Sanjay mentioned, between the software engineering and construction/industrial engineering, it gave me a broad overview of the processes that might have shaped my view on creating our venture, Armata AI.
So since childhood, you have been handed over with engineering and construction data instead of toys, and you have been playing around with it.
Cranes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how our and right now we have such a big venture called Armeta AI, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about Arlan, who is already in SF for several months, and he managed to get into Y Combinator, and he's raising at this moment. He's in SF. He's already raising for his seed round, and I would tell you he already did 4.5 million. So in total, he raised almost $7 million US. And he's still alone, And we had dinner with him yesterday, and I was telling him, Arlan, this is the moment where you need to scale. Now you have a reputation of YC founder. You have money. You have a social brand in X and LinkedIn. and you cannot continue as a solo entrepreneur. Yeah. So you need to scale. And we have been yesterday discussing and brainstorming how he's going to do it, and so he's going to create a team that is going to help him at some point, and this is how he's going to scale, actually. Yeah, and he's going to be based here in San Francisco, traveling, of course, but most of the time he will be here. And again, his startup, which is called Nozomio, is a problem solver. He's a coder himself, and he has identified a lot of problems. And with the help of Nozomio and Nia, his agent, he's trying to solve the problems of software engineers. So Temirlan is solving problems of construction engineers. Arlan on his side is solving problems of software engineers. Yeah, so a great combination as well, because they exchange on a daily basis the experiences, the approaches, etc. Because we're tackling different industries, but what is uniting them is AI.
For sure.
Definitely. I have an experience with Arlan. So basically, like a couple of months back, I tried reaching out to him for the podcast for a conversation because I was very inspired with what he's building, and I was honestly very inspired by his personality, the way he's managing each and everything. I texted him on LinkedIn and he was like, "No, I'm not interested." And the conversation was done. I was like, "Okay, okay, sorry for disturbing. Thank you so much, and we'll connect some or the other day."
I
So
will talk to him.
definitely,
Maybe next time we're going to be three of us.
Yeah,
let him
definitely.
race, because he was super busy going through the program in YC. Can you imagine? It was my dream. Then he picked up my dream, and he made this his dream, And finally, he got into Y Combinator, which is the greatest achievement of our startup family, And he's super excited, super busy. What was he's doing? Let him raise the money. Let him start scaling, and then we're going to sit down, four of us, and discuss further. Yeah,
definitely works. So since we are on the page of discussing generative AI, and you guys are building great into generative AI, like industry, tell me, how do you see the broader future of AI as an industry itself?
yeah. Well, I don't see AI as a segment. I see it as a layer that is going to be everywhere, in medicine, insurance, finance, banking, construction, media, everywhere. And it's going to be a super essential part of our lives. And it is already.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I cannot predict what will happen in 10, 20 years' time. But I believe AI will penetrate every sphere of our life. And this is 100%.
Far more than we expect.
Yeah.
Definitely. And up to a certain extent, I believe it is important, because there have been times where people have been struggling with the monotonous job, or the very old traditional techniques of getting the solutions out there. uh, and there has to be some technology which should replace the previous old methodologies of getting the solutions with some better approaches out there, right? So that is a compulsion. That's I think that's the law of nature. The better comes up, the perishable one goes down. So AI has to perish, and AI will flourish in the near future, I believe, and it is going to be big, I mean.
Yeah. I believe that AI is going to have impact not only on, let's say, economies of the world, but also on political systems. It's going to be such a great impact that maybe it can even influence the shape of political system of the world, the governments, the countries. Potentially, we can see the merger of different countries. I don't know. The impact is going to be so great from my point of view. And there are already governments that are thinking of applying AI in the government policies, like, for example, creating strategies, replacing government servants with AI, etc. Of course, it will be less corruption. Maybe finally with AI, corruption will be totally eliminated worldwide.
Yeah, that can be an assumption, a good
Yeah.
one actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, since you co-founded Armeta AI with Tim right now, and how does this father-son duo influence the company's culture and approach to innovation? Because you have that traditional approach, I believe, because you have an experience into entrepreneurship and business leadership. So you have that traditional approach. Tim comes with, as you said in the start itself, he has some fast and swiftness into his nature. He comes with that SF mindset. So how does that mold the complete Armeta AI infra?
Yeah, Tim, would you answer?
Uh, yeah, blending our personalities, our expertise, each that we have, our own. Uh, of course, our team members as well, they make a huge impact. Of course, we are the ones motivating them, but they are motivating us back. Every team member in Armeta, we are collaboratively working on Armeta at this moment, where we try to implement software development, construction engineering knowledge, and as we mentioned before, BudgetNet, and as well as many different operational moments. So for the time being, myself, I'm trying to overlook every operational aspect of our startup, trying to deeply dive in all of it. Sanzhar, as a co-founder, and of course as that, he mentors me. He helps me very, very much, as well as since he's quite experienced in scaling and starting ventures and companies. He's navigating us towards the brightest future that could possibly be, based on the knowledge and experience that he has.
And I see you asked also about the how dad and son combination and
The
format
father son
influences
equation
the
works. Yeah.
ecosystem, the culture of Armeta AI. I treat each team member as a family member. Yeah. So my relation to Temirlan extends to all of them. So in Armeta AI, we position ourselves as a family. And actually, I have a couple of nephews also working in Armeta AI who are software engineers. And I'm so lucky that I have so many family members that are engaged in engineering. Yeah. I even have a nephew who is 12 years old at the moment, and he's already expressing interest to join our team. And he was, studying Python this summer. He went to a summer camp, etc. So he finished it recently, and he's already expressing interest to join us. And I will let him in very soon. Maybe he's going to be the one who's going to overbeat the Arlen's record. Yeah,
Definitely.
maybe at the age of 16 or 17. So being a family, it helps us to we act as reinforced concrete. One of the reasons startup fails is because of disagreements and fights between the co-founders. It's not our case. This is 100%.
Totally.
We are like reinforced concrete. We're so tight. Yeah.
Yeah. So long story short, you have a squad of tech at your at your family, at your house, who are collectively building Armeta AI. And yeah, as you said, that's absolutely correct. Major reasons why startups, even the great ideas, fall is because the tussle or the thought process differences that co-founders have. And usually someone is trying to put their point, the other one is trying to cut the other one and trying to put his or her point, and that's how people get separated, right? but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
For
that's
sure.
not the case of you guys, because you guys are totally reinforced and just focused towards one goal, right?
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Great. So, I'm curious to know this. How does the separation go? Like, how does you guys, pivot your mindset from the business to the family thing? Like, whenever you, at the end of the day, whenever you sit on dinner table, how do you pivot your mindset from that entrepreneurship thing to the family thing?
Actually, I don't pivot. Uh,
Okay.
these two lives live inside me simultaneously, as well as in the lives of my sons.
Mm-hmm.
So we always we can discuss simultaneously the family matters, the business matters all together, like a bundle. So when I would say we never separate, and this is why we're interesting to each other. I'm pretty much sure, Muhammad, you have seen many cases where fathers and their kids do not even talk or discuss their personal or business lives. They
Yeah.
just meet at home or on some special occasions,
Mm-hmm.
exchange some very regular stuff, and that's it. Yeah. But this is not the case in my family. Yeah. We live the business inside of our families. It's in our DNA. We're a family of entrepreneurs. You cannot. This is
Okay.
why you cannot live your social life without involving business in it. It's impossible.
Hmm. So rather than separating these two areas, you try to club it and you put it through the journey, right? You don't try to
Yes,
separate it
yes,
out.
yes, yes,
And
yes,
I
yes.
believe that's not even required because you guys are super trained in that. And I believe the conversation goes into the entrepreneurship family side thing,
Yeah,
right?
we don't stop. If you would see us at the dinner, we
You
always talk.
you should have seen us yesterday. Yeah.
It's so passionate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Italian
Okay,
restaurant
great.
became our office, yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So, since we were talking about San posting about Armeta AI on LinkedIn,
Yeah,
a 45 or 46-year-old guy pulling out his camera and recording, "Hey, this happened at Armeta AI. This is super exciting. I'm going to SF, everything, reporting everything and putting everything on internet, right?"
yeah.
You guys, Arlan and you, Tim, you both being super active on LinkedIn, right? But there's this one thing which you even quoted, like people try to, rather putting your individual brand up, you guys are trying to pull your family brand up, right? So
Yes,
there's this
yes,
tag of startup families that we are talking into this conversation itself. So how does
yeah.
that branding of startup family or branding as a family is helping you guys into your individual brands out there?
You see, uh, we believe in building a dynasty of ventures, not just a personal fame. When people
Hmm.
see the Rakhmetzhanov family, they associate it with innovation, tech, AI, and this collaborative brand attracts investors, attracts partners and talent.
Hmm.
Yeah, that collective brand attracts a lot, I would say, and it's stronger than one individual LinkedIn profile going viral.
Hmm.
Uh, it's about creating continuity across generations.
For
Hmm.
sure.
So rather creating a personal brand for each of you guys, you are trying to make something big under the family name, right? So that
Yes, yes,
continues
yes, yes, yes,
to the
yes,
future generations as well.
yes, 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 yes.
Interesting thought process. So where did that thought process come from? Is it inherited or what's the status?
Uh, it just happened, we didn't design this kind of
Hmm.
marketing strategy, it
Hmm.
just happened.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, all of my sons and nephews, they're so busy with creating AI solutions, etc. And we just got all together, and it just happened, huh, Tim?
for sure. Firstly, when I think I know what you're referring to in terms of those posts. The posts where we position ourselves as startup family. Those posts were made before we realized that people love it. So we just posted it in terms of that we were so happy to see each other, because Arlan left us some time ago. I was here for some time, Sanzhar was there, and then we reunited. And we've been chatting, from morning till evenings, and we have different time zones, but that didn't stop us, when we finally saw each other in person, and we were so happy to, we were just discussing and exchanging news and everything else, and in the moment we just took pictures, and started posting about it, saying that we are so happy, and if you look closely, there are like close to none information about the startup, so it's more about the family thing. So yeah, then just after that we realized with the huge feedback,
and it differentiates us, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
So it's not another regular startup, with a solo founder and that's it, So we're a fam, startup fam.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. So the picture was taken before everything happened, and afterwards you guys got viral due to your startups and due to your achievements, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So let's talk something about civil engineering and AI, right?
Yeah.
So tell me how big this industry is and what future opportunities do you foresee into this merger which you're creating right now?
The market is one of the biggest ones ever, that is going to be forever, I would say. The construction market is approximately $13 trillion at the moment. And, the segment that we are operating in, trying to resolve speed of design, the compliance, the creativity of it, and many different aspects. If it resonates with even 5% of
efficiency increase,
efficiency increase, efficiency gain, it would lead to billions,
hundreds of billions,
hundreds of billions of dollars. So the market is pretty huge. The opportunity and is pretty huge too, and we are trying to do it from the very first step of engineering processes that builds future in terms of the
EPC starts with engineering first, huh? It should be a proper design with good quality and accuracy.
For sure. So we are starting from the very first point, the foundational and the most important one that builds further success of the projects of that huge industry, So the impact that we might cause, that we will cause,
definitely
is going to be huge as well.
Huge.
So
are you guys the first one to click this merger up, or are there any competitors of yours?
I can definitely say that we could see typical large language models as our competitors in terms of an opinion. But personally, I would say that they are not competitors at all. Considering the fact that, as far as you're concerned, the huge data sets that they are trained on, the hallucinations and data inaccuracy that they have, we don't even consider them, as our potential competitors, considering the alpha tests that we've been running for some time and that we are preparing for the beta tests for the commercial launch afterwards. We are already seeing that in terms of the compatibility, our accuracy, and the data that we base our models on, in terms of global practice and our proprietary data, is giving us a huge advantage, And of course, there are some startups that are I would say
those who tackle the niches in engineering, not the general one that we're creating.
Yes,
there is kind of smart scheduling solution, compliance solution. But there is no solution that is so general that it can cover any aspect in engineering. There is none.
Interesting. So what you're trying to say is, you guys are niched down into construction, right? You guys are the masters of it. So
Yeah,
that's why your product is going to be way out of what we are seeing right now into the AI space evolving, right? That's
yeah,
that's that's what we can expect from Armeta AI, right?
yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So, San, as you were so passionate about fundraising, as we saw a couple of moments back, so what different do you find in raising Central Asia funds compared to Silicon Valley?
Um in Central Asia, particularly in Kazakhstan, the venture funds are coming predominantly from industrial groups or traditional businesses or state-linked funds. And being traditional, they have conservative approaches. They need solid assets, solid contracts, traction, and they're not so venturous as Silicon Valley funds. So in comparison, Silicon Valley, it's so much different in terms of understanding and taking the risk. And this is a huge gap between two of these systems. But it makes us stronger because we have this resilience, that we formed within Armeta AI, being in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, interesting. So,
Yeah.
do you think civil engineering or construction as a stream or as a sector is very rigid with the adoption of AI and tech, because they usually operate on technically conservative methods? Are they open enough to adopt such technologies?
Uh, you pointed out very good that construction engineering business is a pretty traditional one. It was always like that, and I wouldn't say that it will always be like that, because in today's reality, in today's circumstances, they see the productivity issues, the manual workloads, they compare everything that is being done traditionally to the way of doing it using different AI driven tools, different automations, digital tools, and they are already in a way of trying to be keeping up with the pace of the tech development at the moment. As we mentioned, we have collaborations, joint ventures with big names in the engineering game, and we can already see that they are looking in that direction, and big corporations, big firms that have billions of euros and dollars of revenue, they have access to that, but they don't have the mobility.
Because they are
fast.
so massive and bureaucratic. Yeah. There is a small penetration of AI, very small penetration of AI in construction. What I have seen so far is that they are using Microsoft Copilot, and that's it. Yeah.
Exactly. Still, yeah.
And you can judge, huh?
Definitely, I am.
For sure. And we as Armeta, so we get our expertise in this field. We have our experience and skill in ventures. We have access to our company network, and we are trying to be the ones who are mobile enough to move quickly and execute those, let's say, holes, in the workloads and the processes. And
actually, Muhammad, we're going to show an example to the world by what we would like to do also, and we're doing this simultaneously with developing Armeta AI. We're building so-called full-stack AI engineering company. So ourselves, we're going to use Armeta AI within our business activities. and we're building an engineering company of a new class, of a new generation, that is going to be fully relying on AI tools available today. Not only Armeta AI. So we're going to integrate everything that exists in construction tech today. And Armeta AI, of course, is going to be the platform that is going to arrange all those tools and instruments.
Okay, so can we assume that you guys are focusing towards the big giants of construction and oil and gas industry? You are trying to inculcate Armeta AI into their processes so that they can be useful into their processes, and it can increase their productivity. So the industry will follow their footprints, and
Yes,
henceforth
yes,
Armeta
yes,
AI
yes,
will
yes,
be
yes.
adopted into the
Yeah,
complete industry.
yes, yes. Everybody needs examples, and
Yeah.
we're going to bring those examples and a few of them to the world scene. This is our target.
Soon enough.
Yeah, because construction industry is super traditional. And for example, why software engineering? There are startups like Cursor, Replit, or Lovable, vibe coding platforms, etc. Because mainly youngsters are in that field. In construction business, construction engineering business, you see a lot of my age and older. Of course, they're not so adoptive as youngsters like Arlan, for example. Yeah. So, and this is a huge problem, and simultaneously an enormous opportunity for us, because I can speak their language. They are my peers, And I'm pretty much sure I will convince them to switch to new reality.
Got it. So let me ask both of you guys, what do you feel the secret sauce is to scale such traditionally conservative businesses, or to bring tremendous amount of growth into such industries?
Secret sauce? What do you mean, Muhammad?
Like, let's take construction business. If
Yeah.
someone is into construction business, we know it's traditionally conservative, right?
Mhm.
What can be those secrets of scaling such type of businesses?
You see, the secret sauce, if an engineering company or EPC company will apply AI tools in its daily business activity, it can increase their efficiency 5, 10 times. They can potentially, for example, the design cycle. If we're talking about, let's say, the concept study, pre-feed, feed, and detailed design, all of the phases of design, it takes 2 years, 2.5, sometimes 3 years to do it. Yeah, with all the bureaucratic procedures and approvals of the clients, investors, the engineering company itself, etc. So, can you imagine if this cycle can be done within, let's say, 1 or 2 or 3 months' time, 10 times faster and more accurate? Which impact is going to bring to the world? It means that if the object is designed so fast, construction can commence faster, and construction itself, if will be relying, procurement and construction will be relying on AI tools. It means it will bring effectiveness in that phases as well. And instead of 4 years or 5 years of building a plant, you can do it within, let's say, 1.5 years or 2 years. Can you imagine how many objects and plants can be built around the world? Yes. So we're going to motivate the industries and investors to invest more and quicker. Because sometimes when the design of a plant is done, investor can change his mind during the course of design, because there is an inflation factor, the prices of equipment, there are wars happening. Yes, what has happened between Russia and Ukraine, it has a greater impact on Kazakhstan, for example, in terms of logistics. The transportation of equipment into Kazakhstan. Yeah. Now, logistical companies were at this exact moment talking to different logistics operators, finding the routes, the possible ways how equipment can be delivered to Kazakhstan. And this is a very serious issue, and if EPC companies will apply AI at a full scale, it will have enormous impact. So investors can take decisions more precisely, more quicker. We see so many cases when the project dies on the feasibility study level because of these geopolitical, geo-economical circumstances appeared, inflation, whatever happened, So can you imagine if they do feasibility study in one day, they can commence construction, let's say in 6 months' time after that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So it has a huge impact when mixed with an amazing technology like AI, right?
Yeah. For sure.
And what more, like with your experience, with you guys working into construction and civil area, tell me what more areas can be benefited through integration of AI, which is still a traditionally conservative area
Yeah,
right now.
all relevant areas to construction. We're talking about procurement. What is procurement? Is delivery of the equipment, yeah? But there are
Right.
manufacturing business which is behind of procurement. Application of AI in manufacturing, in industrial engineering, has enormous benefits as well. Then inside the procurement, there is transportation part, logistics. I mean, if AI is integrated in that traditional sector as well, in logistics, we're going to see a lot of benefits there as well. I mean, it touches a lot of industries around, actually, because construction is everywhere. Everything that we see, all the surroundings have been built by a human being. I mean, it means everything. Materials, material sciences, everything.
Interesting. So procurement can be an area which can be benefited with when integrated
Manufacturing,
with AI,
procurement, and transportation.
procurement.
I'm pretty much sure. Pretty much sure. Yeah,
For sure.
Interesting.
And then we're talking about HR as well. For example, the next subproduct, and you will be the first to know, by the way, the next extension of AIBROS, our Copilot, is skill assessment and upskilling.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is HR with potential recruitment, with then potential collaboration inside our platform among the engineers. It's absolutely on one side it is a relative niche to construction, but it's an absolutely different industry.
Yeah.
This is edtech, and we're penetrating edtech as well with our product.
Exactly.
Within the segment.
Yes.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
So great insights, I believe. This conversation is going to break a lot of barriers out there, and I believe many more startups like Armeta AI are going to jump into the traditional conservative areas, and they're going to break that patterns out there, right?
Yeah.
I actually, since you guys are so passionate about building and solving a big problem, right? I want you to ask, uh, if you would to define success, like if you would to define success, or let's say achievement, what would that be? Is it the flourishment of Armeta AI, or is it raising funds, or is it earning a lot of money? What is it?
Yeah. For me, success is not market share or valuation. For me, success is impact plus continuity.
Okay.
I mean, money, valuation, revenues are a natural outcome of it.
Okay.
If I will make an engineer working 10 times faster, this is a success for me.
And personally for me, in terms of the, I look at the things in terms of the product development nowadays, mainly, and I define success as something that when I'm not fed when I'm still hungry when we get to certain success milestones, because many people, as I've seen for the past years, working and experiencing different ventures, they stop at certain points by the time that they get to the milestones that they've put, before, and the hunger it just fades away, and it is pretty sad to see, to be honest, that once great founders, very hungry for innovation type of people, they stop believing in the building something. It makes me really sad. And in our case, as far as I know, my father, he will always be the one who will motivate me to be hungry 24/7.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable, of course. And for my whole life, I was also always questioning himself and myself. In terms of where do you get that energy to never stop? And it is also a good point in terms of that. It 100% motivated me and my brother Armon. It gave a real life showcase of that. There is no limit in expanding your beliefs, your needs, in terms of hunger, in terms of accomplishments and everything else. So this is the future we're marching forward to.
Great. So you raised a very good point. I was about to ask you. I was particularly about to ask San about it. From where on earth are you getting this much energy at such an old age? I would not say old, but your age, you're like growing like wine. The you know what I mean.
Yes, yes, yes.
The older, the better, right?
Yeah.
Where is that energy coming from at this age?
I have a secret sauce, Muhammad. My kids and their achievements. This is a super driver. When I see that my kids are achieving these milestones that Temirlan was talking about, when they achieve success, when they can self-realize themselves globally, this drives so much me.
And it sounds quite like a paradox that we drive him and he drives us, motivates, motivate each other, but pretty much it is the way that it is, to be honest.
Circulation of drive, nature.
It's more like an infinite loop going on, a never-ending process.
Yes.
The laws of physics, energy never fades away, it just changes.
And this startup family mode, format helps to keep this energy inside.
Yeah, interesting. So since you get your energy from the success of your kids, right? I would like you to advise many young entrepreneurs, young founders out there who are hustling day and night to bring some revolution, to build something impactful into the market. What advice? Like I want you, both of you guys, to have a take on this question. What advice would you give to the young founders who are watching this conversation or who made till this end?
Yeah. My biggest advice would be: do not let geography define your ambition.
Okay.
Pick up local program and scale it globally. What is good, especially with emerging markets, it creates resilience. And startuppers that are coming from emerging market, they are resilient. What they are missing is Silicon Valley mindset. And my second recommendation would be: try as maximum as possible to come to SF, to come to these kind of places. See it, feel the vibe. If you cannot do it because you do not have enough money to travel, do it online. Create account in X, in LinkedIn, subscribe to tech entrepreneurs or tech bros, AI bros, and feed yourself with the latest news from the AI and tech industries. Yeah, that would help you.
And yeah, and my take on this would be the following. We were also like that at some point. I've seen that many people, many founders especially, they wait for the right moment when they are ready, in terms of knowledge base, in terms of the product, in terms of whatever, but there is a little aspect being that you will never be 100% ready, and
For sure.
and even if you will approach the 100% accuracy and readiness at that point, someone else is gonna do it, when you'll be ready,
Very good advice.
Yes. And we have different experiences with this aspect. Personally, me, my father, we together.
We did few startups in the past, huh? We know it.
yes. And the freshest example of it is Arlan himself. He inspires a lot of young students and people in Kazakhstan because I understand why, and I want to just shed a little light on it in terms of his mindset. That is a good example of my words. He was never afraid to do things, and not be prepared for them, tackle those things in some structure. Of course, he followed some structure, but it was quite iterative, always changing, the adaptability, the pace of his building, they're rolling out new features, fixing bugs and everything else. So he just started being out there, just posting on social media, talking to people, saying that, hey, I'm building this and this at the moment, even if I might pivot, I'm doing my thing and I'm not afraid to do it at the moment. And people love his boldness, his fast pace, and his ability to believe in himself and never breaking down, that amazes me, to be honest. And we talked about it with my father, that there was zero moments, and I had one, that he could break down, or demotivate himself. And that motivates me as well, and even if he's my younger brother, he's quite wise for his age, and he motivates me to be like him in this sense, to never stop, to never break down, and always be ahead of your own plans.
His example is really great because you know that he has applied initially in Kazakhstan to all accelerators, to main VCs, all of them rejected. Can you imagine if he would be disappointed at that moment and he would stop?
Mm-hmm.
And many people would do that, would stop at that point. My product is not fitting the market. I'm too young, I'm a schoolboy, etc., etc. He did contrary, he just brought his ass up, he applied to international accelerators, he submitted to different VCs worldwide, he opened account in LinkedIn, started to be open, transparent, talk about his product and its development, and this is how he attracted attention.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Interesting, very interesting, and some very good advices from Tim and San. And I believe that these advices are gold if someone sincerely follow these advices. And with that, I believe we come to the end of our conversation. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Although we are at different time zones, you guys have so much of work, but bringing out such a great conversation, borrowing time from your busy schedule, that means a lot. And I cannot thank you enough for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. Thank you for having us this wonderful podcast, and I wish you good luck. Good luck with your podcast. Especially, I love the name of the podcast, AI Bros. Huh? Keep it going. Huh?
I love it.
Definitely.
Good luck to you, man.
Definitely. And until next time, keep building, keep creating. See you next time.